If you were tuned into the news back in, I would say, the early part of 2025, one of the most intriguing stories of the year was a Southern company and the revolt that happened with its fan base after this company made an idiotic decision. And we've got some breaking news here in Y'all World. It's John. Welcome back to the Y'all Show. And the breaking news is that Cracker Barrel CEO Julie is leaving. She is departing, stepping down after pressure. Again, this has been going on a while, but the CEO, Julie Masino, is exiting the company, and a new CEO will take over in the coming weeks. And there's the graphic right there to prove it. She broke up Cracker Barrel in such a big way that Wilson County, Tennessee based company right there in the Nashville area with so much love by so many people around the country, frankly, but especially here in the South. And she came in there in 2025 and revamped the logo, got rid of the old man in the chair logo, and just made all kind of changes. And the people weren't going to have it. And Julie, you're out of here. You got to go. And so she's stepping down. And if we check out the headlines of this story, we'll go check that out now and show you a little bit about what all the pundits are saying about her stepping down. Again, she's been on the job a couple of years, but stepping down, and a 3-year tenure comes to an end, according to the headline, which says that this lady, Cracker Barrel CEO, stepping down after logo controversy and activist pressure. And I've got to give all of y'all credit. I mean, people really stepped up in 2025 and let people at Cracker Barrel know that they weren't going to have it. You can bring out all the cornbread and biscuits you want. You can bring out the little peg game that you play there with little golf tees. I don't know what that's called, but kind of a tic-tac-toe thing. If you've ever been to Cracker Barrel, you know what I speak of. And the people just had enough of Julie, and the stock really tanked as well. I mean, that's probably why, in the end, this decision made here. But this company, again, that started way back in 1969, after so much success, I'm sure, like you've got me, like you've got memories of going in there for many decades, and give Cracker Barrel a lot of credit. I mean, how many places could you go in and get Southern cooking? Very good Southern cooking. I mean, I'm sure some of it may not be whipped up in the back like Granny used to make it, but it still tastes pretty darn good. And with the breakfast options they've got, they introduced fried chicken a couple of years ago that was a big hit. They really have done a good job through the years, and they're a favorite of even non-Southerners, especially if they come into areas where Cracker Barrel are, that they're not normally located in wherever they come from, especially out west. People love Cracker Barrel. That's why what Masino did by just kind of exploding, self-imploding, I guess would be the better term, and that graphic sure was accurate there. It just didn't make any sense. And she also got a lot of the stuff off the walls, the antiques, refreshing them and changing the menu, even, as this article says. According to this article from MSN.com, Masino, an Ohio native, will get a $4.6 million payout over a 2-year period. And she's terminated without cause, according to this. But Cracker Barrel really suffered and got a lot of headlines for the wrong reason after this lady made the decision she did. Again, if we look at her background for a second, if you don't mind. Julie Fells Masino, she came to Cracker Barrel from Taco Bell. I don't know how this lady rose through the ranks. I'm sure she's a nice lady, but she has a background where she's got a bachelor's degree in communications from Miami University of Ohio. She does not have a CPA background or a lawyer background or legal background. She's had leadership roles at places like Starbucks and more, but for her to essentially go to where she is, I think she's around in her mid 50s as far as her age. She was maybe one of those DEI hires that somehow went through the ranks in all these various companies. Again, she came to Cracker Barrel from the Yum brands, and the Cracker Barrel company brought her in to, I guess, make things improve, and she did the opposite. And a revolt happened. I mean, that's one reason this story got wings in 2025 is because the most people just don't do anything in today's world. Let's be honest. When there's a problem, most people just suck it up and deal with it. But the Cracker Barrel people just had a boycott. I give right-wing media a large credit to this, and the folks like Benny Johnson, give him credit for staying on this particular business example. And it didn't take much for Cracker Barrel to realize, whoa, we better put them biscuits back in the oven because this is not working. But Julie Fells Masino, as you can see there, with a track record, but she was named the president and CEO of Cracker Barrel back in 2023. So now, not 3 years into it, she's out of there and gonna have to find her a new job in a couple of years. But the CEO of Cracker Barrel stepping down, and a large part of the reason we wanted to talk about this is the rebellion that did happen. And we've had other companies that have made changes, and they stayed the course and withstood the pressure of the fans out there, in a restaurant's case, the customers that would go in. If you're a media company, maybe the subscribers of companies would go in, and they said, damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead. We're not going to make any changes. And a lot of these companies haven't. Some of them have withstood the change, but Cracker Barrel's not one of them. And they'll have this new person. I think they've already named the new person. I don't have that information in front of me, but pretty wild. Don't forget, here at the Y'all Show, you can reach out to us. You can follow us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, but make sure you also check us out on our YouTube channel at the Y'all Show. But also, we are on X at the Y'all Show, and you can always email us. Email us at y'allshow@y'all.com, and then our website is y'all.com, YALL.com. So many easy ways for you to reach out and let us know. And if we do something wrong here at this program, well, y'all can start a campaign, and you can oust me if you would like. And I welcome that challenge. I don't think I've done anything quite like Julie has done so far. And I guess she made those changes all on her own because she's the only person that we've heard catch grief. I don't think she's come out and tried to say this was a board pressuring me to make these changes. And here at y'all.com, we're going to have our board stay on top of me to make sure I'm doing a proper job. And, I'll even get a rocking chair like Cracker Barrel to rock in at all of our success as it comes in. But what a story. Again, the breaking news, if you're just tuning in, the CEO of Cracker Barrel, Julie Masino, is stepping down. You could say she's been shown the door. She won't have to sift through the big lobby with all the merchandise there at all the Cracker Barrels. Give them credit. They've been doing that a long time, selling good stuff from the South. Although a friend of mine and a longtime columnist for Y'all magazine, Deborah Ford, bless her heart, she got screwed by the old Cracker Barrel. And I'll tell you why. Deborah created the Grits brand, the Girls Raised in the South. And Cracker Barrel has had problems in years past, even before the Julie Masino story came about. And you might remember they got in all kind of negative publicity 25 years ago or so because some black customers claimed they weren't seated. And Cracker Barrel went out of their way to try to make good on that. And one way they did that was they essentially eliminated everything Southern from their merchandise area. They got rid of it. And Deborah Ford had been selling a lot of her Grits merchandise, Girls Raised in the South, t-shirts and stuff. and it really put a hurting on her. Bless her heart. Uh, no reason for Cracker Barrel to bend over backwards to go so extreme anti-Southern in those days. I mean, it's been 2 decades ago when that decision was made, and her stuff wasn't the only stuff that was essentially eliminated because it had a Southern connection. They didn't, by all means, didn't want to look like they were pro-Confederate or pro-Southern in their stance 20 years ago. I've seen a lot of their Southern stuff come back. I mean, they've got a lot of country music stuff in there and some really good items in Cracker Barrel's gift shop. But most people don't go in there to buy gifts. They go in there to eat good food. And to Cracker Barrel's credit, they still have done a good job. That's unless Julie Masino would have had her way. And one more look at the bespectacled Miami, Ohio alumnae who's looking for a job if you want to hire her. She almost made Cracker Barrel woke, but the fans woke up, and those hungry customers are enjoying a good smile today as the CEO stepping down, and we can all raise a nice cornbread and biscuit to that. Get me some sweet tea. All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Y'all Show. We are the South's podcast, and we appreciate all you do. I'll see you at a Cracker Barrel real soon.